All right, folks, let's talk about AI, artificial intelligence. Sounds fancy, right? Like something out of a sci-fi movie with robots taking over the world? Well, hold your horses. AI isn't quite there yet, but it's getting smarter by the day. Think of AI as a really smart computer program. It can learn from data, recognize patterns, and even make decisions. It's already being used in tons of stuff we use every day. Like those personalized recommendations you get on Spotify? Yep, that's AI. Those super targeted ads that seem to know you better than your own mother? You guessed it, AI again. Now, here's the thing about AI, it's only as good as the data it's trained on. And sometimes things can go wrong, really wrong. Which brings us to our next point. AI is powerful, sure, but it's still a work in progress. And as with any new technology, there are going to be bumps along the way. The big question is, when those bumps happen, who's to blame? So, we've established that AI can be a bit of a mess sometimes. But what does that look like in the real world? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because it's about to get messy. Remember that time an AI hiring tool was accused of being biased against women? Yeah, not great. Or how about when an AI-powered chatbot started spewing out racist and offensive language after being exposed to toxic content online? Yikes. And let's not forget about the time a self-driving car, the ones that are supposed to be safer than human drivers, crashed into a pedestrian. Look, I'm not saying self-driving cars are a bad idea, but maybe we need to, work out the kinks before we all become passengers in the robot apocalypse. These are just a few examples of AI gone wrong, and while they might seem funny at first, they raise some serious ethical questions. Okay, so AI messes up. Someone's got to pay the price, right? But who? Is it the developers who created the AI, the companies that use it, or maybe even the users who interact with it? It's like a game of hot potato, but instead of a potato, it's a giant existential crisis. Section 4. But, wait, it's complicated. See, here's the thing about responsibility. It's rarely black and white, it's more like a giant tangled ball of yarn. And just when you think you found the end of the string, you pull on it and realize it's connected to a whole other mess. Some argue that we need stricter regulations for AI, think of it like the Wild West out there right now, but for algorithms. We need some rules, some guidelines, some kind of sheriff to keep things in check. This could involve things like mandatory ethical reviews for AI systems, clear guidelines for data privacy and security, and maybe even some kind of AI oversight board. Others believe that the answer lies in education and transparency. We need to educate ourselves about AI, how it works, and its potential pitfalls. Companies need to be more transparent about how they're using AI and what steps they're taking to mitigate risks. It's like that old saying goes, knowledge is power. Or in this case, knowledge might be the only thing preventing us from being ruled by robot overlords. And then there's the question of liability. If an AI system causes harm, who's ultimately responsible for paying the damages? Is it the developers, the companies, or maybe even the AI itself? This is a legal minefield and one that we haven't even begun to navigate. Section 5. What about the humans? Look, it's easy to get caught up in the technicalities of AI and forget that there are real people involved. People whose lives are being impacted by this technology every single day. People who are being discriminated against by biased algorithms. People who are losing their jobs to automation. People who are being misled by fake news and manipulated by social media algorithms. We can't talk about the ethics of AI without talking about the impact it's having on society. We need to ask ourselves some tough questions. How can we ensure that AI is used for good and not for harm? How can we prevent AI from exacerbating existing inequalities? How can we create a future where AI benefits everyone, not just a select few? This isn't just about robots and algorithms, it's about people, it's about our values, it's about the kind of world we want to live in. Section 6. So, what now? So, there you have it, the ethical minefield that is AI. It's complicated, it's messy, and there are no easy answers. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't be asking the tough questions. In fact, it's more important than ever that we do. As AI becomes more sophisticated and more integrated into our lives, we need to grapple with the ethical implications. We need to have open and honest conversations about the potential risks and benefits of this technology. We need to work together to create a future where AI is used responsibly and ethically. So I'll leave you with this. What role do you want AI to play in our future?